Is it really true about my aunt?
I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eni could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan.
That's terrible. Why would my aunt...
Everything is just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, never mind, that was her. Ah,
Miss Von Karma, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have somewhere to be, or blah blah blah. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation. Looking down on me even though we're the same age?
are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering.
Not yet. My goal is to defeat you, and let the whole world know of your defeat.
But even if you do it, it won't bring your father back.
Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion, and then we'll know who the real winner is.
Sorry guys, sometimes I stutter because I have dyslexia. But I do my best.
Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meenie, please testify to the court about your car accident last year.
Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past.
Miss Meenie, if you please.
Okay, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but...
Last year's accident.
That was, last year in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away.
I think I've heard of this incident.
It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year.
Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister.
Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip.
Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Minnie's sister.
Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Last year's accident.
That was last year in May.
Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then?
Yeah, that was in May too. The thing with all the patients dying was May 2nd. And our accident was on the 24th.
2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence?
My sis was totally tired, so that's why, duh.
Yeah, we just talked about that. And night of the accident, yeah. Let's press that one. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted?
She had to talk to the police and, was being investigated, every day. It was, a totally terrible situation.
It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her.
True.
But, I don't have a driver's license.
Yeah, you do. Wait, what?
This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have a license, Miss Minnie.
Yeah, after tearing it so much.
Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat.
Miss Meanie, that was a lame lie just now.
Like, what do you mean?
I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie?
That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident.
No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so.
What are you talking about? That perverted fake clinic director for?
Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know he was pervert?
No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November?
What? November?
The accident happened last May. It's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? And the...
That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Meanie did not have a driver's license.
Ah. Cry and my whip will accommodate.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive.
Don't just stand there humming to yourself. Not you too, Maya. With the whip and the pain and the ow.
Miss Meanie, what do you think, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because...
I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Meanie, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She was like, she would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too.
Noob is a word I haven't heard in a long time.
I see. A bright red, sports car. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... So, what do you mean by really close?
Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called.
A permit?
Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is.
Well, this lawyer never had a permit.
Ignorance is to be whipped.
What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense.
So, like, may I continue? My sis is, like, totally a big fan of cars and really valued them.
She valued cars? How much would you say she valued her car?
Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car door with dirty hands.
In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Why did she take such special care of it?
How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car.
A new car?
Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer?
I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise.
Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright?
Well, Miss Meanie, what kind of car was it?
A shiny, bright red sports car. It was a new car?
Yeah, she had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
Oh, the UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials?
It was a really special model. She had waited for, like, a whole year for it to arrive.
I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next step. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor,
Yes?
please have the witness append what she just said to the testimony.
You mean the part about it being a special import car?
Yes,
Well, if you like cars that much, then...
that's not my point. Though to be honest, I don't know what the point is either.
Miss Meanie, would you please fix the testimony?
Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. Wait a minute. Wait, but in England, they drive on the opposite side of the road, don't they? So... wouldn't that mean that their steering wheel is on the right side of the car? And if that's the case, then... I swear I read it in here somewhere. One of the women was not able to escape. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep, but there's a crash, a sea of flames. I opened the right door and got out. She was driving! Oh my god! Okay, how do I prove it? How do I prove it though? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that this is not based in Japan. I could be mistaken though. I yelled hold it pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it. So yeah, what am I supposed to pick for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive, and their driver's seat is all opposite to our cars here in the States. Yeah, see? It is in the United States. It would seem there's no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? What do you know? That sleek shape, the purr of the engine, the way it starts, the raw feeling of manual transmission. Forgive me. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna press it. Or present it. I'm gonna present the newspaper clipping. Miss Meanie, do you remember this article? Huh? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be it, if it were an American car. But it'd be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side.
Ah! What do you mean by this?
Miss Minnie, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat.
Order! Order in the court! Order! Order! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Eni said that the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Meanie.
That is what Eni said, yes, but this is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions.
Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder.
If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question, Eenie or Mimi. Who was really driving that night? What?
Well, if what she was saying was true, then it had to be Mimi, right? Because she made it pretty convincing that it was, in fact, Mimi that was driving. But we know that it was Eenie that was getting out of the seat. Oh, this is really confusing. I'm gonna go with, Mimi, just because of how big of a deal she made about it.
The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Mimi Meanie. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
But you just said the witness, Miss Eenie Meenie, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question. Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now?
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is...
I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is...
There's no way. But, on the other hand, those eyes that are like kind of Pokemon eye shaped are hers. Maybe she just wears a lot of makeup.
Mimi Meanie. That is your real name.
No frickin' way. Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance?
This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery?
This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister.
But Mimi Meenie, she died in that car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Then the body that they found at the crash site. There's no frickin' way. This is wild.
That was the body of the real Eenie Meenie. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Meanie?
What?
That car accident 1 year ago, the one who died that night was Eenie Meenie. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie.
Oh, it was there all the way from the beginning. Because the driver's side is the American driver's side is the safe side. So if that was the passenger seat, oh my gosh, it was there from the very beginning and I didn't even frickin' see it. That's so cool.
With this, she effectively erased Mimi Meanie from existence.
Your Honor, I'm sure you can see now why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean?
What is the meaning of this nonsense?
Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of the nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meanie. However, that would not have been possible because Mimi Meanie was, in fact, still alive. Yeah, she got plastic surgery. That's crazy. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs.
And, and, and that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. Could you check that out for me, Zen? In that moment, his fate was sealed.
What? Well, Miss Eni. I mean, Miss Von Karma.
Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Meanie.
Huh, interesting.
That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close.
But why? Why did you go so far as to throw away yourself to become your own sister?
I'm gonna read it real quick. The vehicle involved in the car crash is actually an American car, a 1969 Camaro SS, because Japan's roads are driven on the left side. The driver's seat on the Japanese car is on the right side, and the passenger's on the left, resulting in the contradiction with the American car. In the North American and European localizations, these positions are reversed, with the car being claimed as a UK model, maintaining the door side dilemma.
Oh. Okay. So then when they changed the version to be English, they made it this way. Okay. That's kind of cool.
Mimi Meanie wanted her old self to disappear because of this.
That's about the malpractice incident.
Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse, a nurse by the name of Mimi Meanie. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Meanie had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister.
The timing couldn't have been worse.
14 patients dying in that incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear.
I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way.
She lost everything in the flames of that accident, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo?
Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay.
This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francesca Von Karma.
I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcasted all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is.
Oh, jeez. And one more for good measure. Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix! Oh, that just reminds me of the, like, Snake! This court is a fraud, a sham.
Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Defendant lobby number 3.
Congratulations, Maya. Sis. Oh. It's good to see you. Oh, it's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right.
There's still one thing I don't quite get.
What's that?
Yeah, this episode is so crazy. What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot.
I think Mimi had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder.
She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh?
Nick,
Congrats, Maya.
thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam.
Well, you know.
But I really don't want something like this to ever happen again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi with a plan like that? I don't understand. Nick.
Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be?
Nick, please, I need an answer.
The real reason Morgan Fey helped Mimi with her plan was... I wonder.
I mean, okay, so we know that her plan was, she wanted to become the main family, so that was it so that she could become the... Well, no, because she said that, that Pearl had way more power than Maya did. Maybe it was for her daughter. Or maybe it was for herself. I'm gonna put Pearl. I'm not very confident about this. Pearly. 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Karain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The branch family. My aunt. No!
Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would have to be Pearl's.
Ah!
Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearl's would become the next master.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. Solitary confinement, cell 13? What?
My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be the master of Karain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come.
Episode 2, Reunion and Turnabout. The end. A brand new episode has been added.